got me at a special time. It's about 9:30 at night, and I'm trying to finish up this job for a customer to pick up tomorrow morning. It's been a long day and it's late, but we've got a very interesting project. I'm going to show you how I made this round piece of steel. This is 3/8 of an inch thick and about 2.5 inches wide. And it started as a straight piece just like this. This is a 3-roll roller, and it does this job surprisingly well. After all, that is what the machine was built for. First, let's take a good look at this machine. Obviously, the 3-roll roller has 3 rolls. It's mostly motor and gearbox. This entire back case is a big gearbox, big gears. That's how it reduces the speed and increases the power. Controls are very simple. As you can see here, there's a control. There's not even a readout. It's very simple. Forwards and backwards on the pedals, and the handle to compress the roll and make things go from straight to round, and that is coming up next. We're going to start with this. It's about 10 foot long, a little bit longer, and it's about 60 pounds of steel. So this is how we're going to start. There's very little pressure on this bar from the rolls. If you notice, when I tighten this up, we're going to tighten it little by little. There's going to be a lot in the beginning, and it's going to be less and less as we get to our final shape. While we are doing that, we'll be checking the actual radius. This is a radius template that I cut out on the water jet. As you can see, this will let me know when we're right exactly where we need to be. So let's get started. This will take a while. As you can see the speed of each trip that it takes. Notice the vibration. As we get rounder and rounder, that will disappear. And so far, it's a straight piece. The last thing I want to do is fall off the roller. That'll be disaster. We got to start over. But right now it's more of the same. I know it looks pretty fast and easy and quiet, but just so you don't think that this piece of steel gets bent without protesting, here's what it sounds like. It's on and off, squealing like that. As you can see, it's quite slow. The time lapse makes it look like it's a lot faster than it is. It's coming along nicely. We're going to go ahead and go back to the time lapse. All right, now that we're getting closer, I'm going to get you some up-close action. Let's get going with this. It will be loud as it screeches, so be prepared. Well, this is the point where I start to check. And you can see that it's close, but you've got a gap there. So, close but not there yet. We're going to keep rolling it, but now we're going to take it a little easier and sneak up on it. We're going to try to sneak up on that radius. So now I'm only going to be tightening it a little bit at a time. Okay, what I'm doing there is to make sure that this end doesn't end up above or below the roll, so it doesn't change the shape. So that's why I keep pulling the two sides out. Now it's time to check it again. Oh yeah, we're much closer. Much closer. Another couple of turns and we've got this thing done. Okay, I know what you guys are thinking. And that is gotta be the sexiest fit of that radius. I know that's what you're thinking. I know you're thinking it because I'm thinking it. That puts us right on the money where we need to be. Well, there you have it. I rolled this ring, 3/8 of an inch thick steel by 2.5 inches wide, into a 36-inch diameter, interior diameter circle. Couldn't have done it with a trusty template. If you do something like this, make sure you cut yourself an accurate template. It makes all the difference in the world. There's no guessing. You always know what the measurement's going to be. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel while you're here.